Yaps. It's in the name. This is crazy to me. We're no one's real. I haven't seen too much talk of this, but the Pentagon announces military action in Ecuador to fight terrorist organizations. We're outside now. We're moving on to Ecuador. We're done with. We're not even done with Iran, and we're moving on to Ecuador.
Now from Fox, I'm Shauna Kalafi, and we are covering some breaking news out of Ecuador tonight. This is from the New York Times, saying the U.S. conducted joint military operations with Ecuador against designated terrorist organizations. That's according to the Pentagon.
It's kind of crazy how the U.S. military can go to a place and work hand in hand with, whether it be the surrounding territory or the territory. Just they can work with another military group in tandem. I don't know how they do the drills, where they can just say, "Hey, group of people, even if they're completely idiots, this is how we complete, finish our task." Like, to me, that's like logistically, that's so impressive that they can just be key and slot into so many different situations, and we still come out on top.
Pentagon. U.S. Southern Command also posting this video of the operation.
Twitch ad of 2026. Sick.
The Pentagon, according to Reuters,
enjoy it.
Ecuadorian and U.S. forces launched those joint operations to combat drug trafficking, according to U.S. Southern Command, although neither side gave more details on the operation. Southern Command is the U.S. military's combatant command that encompasses 31 countries throughout the South and Central America, as well as the Caribbean. Ecuador's defense ministry said in a statement it was working with the U.S. in offensive operations.
Namaste, bye.
And added that the details of this are classified. This announcement comes after.
Do you think that we'll have World War III with nuclear weapons?
Ecuador said Monday that his government
I hope not.
Those joint operations
I hope
with
not.
the U.S. and other allies in March, framing this effort as, quote,
ain't no way
phase against narco-terrorism and illegal mining. And we also have the tweet that came with this video.
Illegal mining.
Southern Command. They said on March 3rd, Ecuadorian and U.S. military forces launched operations against designated terrorist organizations in Ecuador. The operations are a powerful example of the commitment of partners in Latin America and the Caribbean to combat the scourge of narco-terrorism. They say, together we are taking decisive action to confront narco-terrorists who have long inflicted terror, violence, and corruption on citizens throughout the hemisphere. We commend the men and women of the Ecuadorian armed forces for their unwavering commitment to this fight, demonstrating courage and resolve through continued actions against narco-terrorists in their country.
Yeah, this is so interesting to me. America is all over the place, literally. You can't wait to hear 35 former Navy SEAL podcasts about this in a few years. Renaming the Department of Defense was a signal. I mean, true. I want to see some more about this. And I literally know nothing about this other than they're just being narco-terrorists and, like criminal organizations. Is that really what we're going after there for? I thought America earned money by selling weapons to countries in war, not joining them. On March 3rd, Ecuadorian and U.S. military forces launched an operation against the designated terrorist organization in Ecuador. The operations are a powerful example of the commitment of partners in Latin America and Caribbean to combat the scourge of narco-terrorism. That's what we heard. But this is kind of, I'm on the same point as you, Zach. Like, I thought we sold the guns. I didn't think we just got in there to combat. But in all seriousness, you know what I genuinely think is happening? I think America's looking back at our arsenal, and we're like, damn, we got some old bombs in here. We're looking at the expiration date on some of these bombs, some of these ammunitions, and they're like, shit, these things are about to expire. We got to use these before they go bad. Why don't we just go ahead and use all of the old shit? That way we can make way for the new shit. That's what I think's happening. Hello? Hey, namaste, bye. What's up, Raj? You're going to Japan so you can dive in for the final One Piece? You think that's the location of that? You think that's the location of Pep? Yo, good morning, Pep. You might find this interesting. Apparently, somewhere in the ocean, there is a sunken treasure chest. There is booty in the ocean, if you would. And inside of it is the full explanation of One Piece from the author himself, Oda. You're 100% sure? It's in the Suruga Bay in Japan? Why? Why are you so sure? But if you guys didn't know, for those rolling in, America took action on Ecuador. We worked hand in hand with the Ecuadorian police, or the military forces, excuse me, to take out narco-terrorist groups down there. I was hoping to, Southcom said the action was combat illicit drug trafficking in Ecuador. So combat illicit, so they were like aggressively selling drugs, but did not provide further information. Sick. Kill cams. The U.S. Southcom is the U.S. military combatant command, which conducts operations in South America, Central America, and the Caribbean. So border control? I did some calculations. So later, boom, boom. Yo, I hope you get some good fruit down there. Yo, if you get like the gummo gummo move fruit, you give it to me, or the nika nika fruit. I'll eat that. Hey, you gotta be careful how you say that. Later, brother. Okay, literally no extra information. Another front open. Fish getting high as fuck this year. Narco bots in the comment are mad. Just printing money until the dollar is worthless. As a Mexican, I invite you to come to Mexico. Jesus. I thought, honestly, it'd be Cuba before it'd be Ecuador.